What's going on, people? Now, tonight we're going to do things a little different. We're going to step away from the gangster stuff, even though this is a hood movie. Me and my cousin, we had a little discussion about basically Yvette. How loyal was she? Because these movies, they like to portray the female as good women, good girls. Loyal, this, that, and the third. But it's just the red flags in the movie that just makes you think. And of course, I know people going to be like, oh, well, it's just a movie, this, that, and the third. But, let's just set all of that aside and, let's just have an open discussion. So, Baby Boy, Taraji P. Henson, we had Snoop Dogg playing in the movie. Basically, Tyrese was running around, basically doing this girl dirty, cheating, this, that, and the third. Basically not handling his. So that's the one thing that he messed up. Like after he got caught cheating, he shouldn't have took her back, or he shouldn't allow her to take him back. He should have just been like, okay, I'm done. Because one thing about a female, she's gonna cheat back. That's one thing about a female. You give her that one reason to cheat, she's gonna use it. She's gonna use that at the right time. She's gonna use that as an excuse. But anyway, he's doing his dirt. This, that, and the third, and he looks at her different when when the phone rings and he discovers that she got a dude from jail calling home. So he hops on the phone, this, that, and the third, and it was Snoop Dogg. I guess his name was Calvin or something. Well, he picked up the phone and basically Snoop Dogg was basically grinding him up on that phone. He was basically telling him about himself. And the crazy thing is, that's everything Yvette was telling him. So we're just like, oh, you sitting here pillow talking with this guy discussing my life. And you got, Snoop Dogg, he's in jail. So he's basically like, hey, you could do better. Because Snoop Dogg, that was her ex. And one thing about these females, for some reason, they always keep their ex around. So, they getting into like, a little argument over the phone. Snoop Dogg calls him a bitch, this, that, and the third. He basically clowned him over the phone. So he hangs the phone up, basically, just like, hey, like, you telling this guy all my, personal information, this, that, and the third, like, what's going on? So that's the first red flag right there. First, she's talking to her ex. And then the damn phone bill is sky high because she's talking to this guy. So her ex that's in jail, she's basically telling him all the business. So that's basically one red flag. And, some people might say, oh, man, well, he's cheating, this, that, and the third, or, they just talking. She's still cheating right there, because she's being sneaky. She's going behind the guy's back and, doing her thing. But anyway, let's fast forward to when they get in the drive-thru. They getting some fast food and she found, an open box of condoms. Because I guess the night before, he was over her coworker house and she was trying to, get him to sleep with her. But he didn't. But the 100 times you cheated versus that one time you didn't, of course, you're still guilty. But, anyway, he told her the truth, this, that, and the third. She didn't believe him. And I noticed something different about her during that scene. She was a little aggressive. She was trying to trigger him. And my thing is, it's like she knew Snoop was coming home. She knew he was coming home. So she was trying to trigger him. He was chilling, eating his food. And she would bring up other dudes like, oh, there's other dudes that always approach me. And I'd be wanting to say, yeah. And how that make a dude feel. Most dudes will get mad. Like she was basically trying to trigger him. She was trying to basically, bring something out of him. She needed a reason to kick him out their house because she knew Snoop Dogg was coming home. So basically, she gets in his face, this, that, and the third. She's punching him. Now she's swinging on him. It's like she's trying to bring something out of him. She's swinging on him, and then he finally hits her. She got what she wanted. He hits her. She crying, playing a victim. Like, oh, I thought you would never hit me, this, that, and the third, which is true. A man shouldn't hit a female. He should have just walked away. Even if she was, swinging on him, he should have just left. But, it happened. He hit her. And I guess, he did what he had to do. He left. He tried to come back. The door wasn't open. and I guess he just left. And then next thing you know, probably like a day later, Snoop Dogg, he came, he came. So Snoop Dogg arrives, and one thing I found funny was, when she opened the door, she acts super surprised. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" But when it comes to a dude leaving jail, if he's on parole or probation, before he leaves, he has to give them like an address that he's staying in. And you already know the homeowner or the renter, has to agree. It has to be something in writing. They have to agree and sign off on something, to basically say it's okay for him to stay here. Like, oh, okay, this is his address. So, they made it seem like it was like only a couple days, but it might have been a couple months Snoop Dogg was over there. And then Jody finally discovered that when he went to go pick his son up. And, Snoop Dogg and all his crew, I guess they was Crips. They was all in the living room and the son just sitting there. I guess Yvette was at work. I don't know how she was comfortable with the son being there with all those dudes while she's at work. So just like I said, everything was already in motion. He was already set to come stay there. But anyway, after he grabbed the son, and I guess she came to pick him up later on that night. And she told Jody, like, "Hey, I'm not effing him." But he looked at her like he was crazy. He was like, "This dude's staying there. And you saying you ain't effing him, but you feel so comfortable with him watching your kid while you're at work." Okay. You can lie to them, but you can't lie to me. And just like I said, he was staying there for a couple months. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't a couple weeks. So, Snoop was hitting that. Snoop was hitting that. Let me know in the comments, because it's super crazy how she, just like I said, she left the kid with Snoop Dogg while she was working. And if she didn't want him there, she would have been called the probation officer, this, that, and the third. So yeah, he was staying there for a couple months, and they made it seem like he stole the car. He took the keys when she left the keys around. He was driving her car, man. He came back home running shit. So he was dropping her off and picking her up from work, just like how Jody was. And you could just imagine those conversations, like when he was in jail. Those conversations, he basically like, "Hey, when I get home, get on my feet. You know what I'm saying? You don't need Jody. This, that, and the third. Everything's going to be good." He was basically sweet talking her. He needed a place to stay. You get what I'm saying? So all those letters she was writing, just imagine those conversations between them. And we talking about months now. Months. She just like every other female. She thought the grass was green on the other side. And then, maybe probably like a couple weeks when he came home, they was in a honeymoon stage. Everything was cool. And then she realized, I got the same thing, or even worse than Jody. I got someone that's not working, that's just sitting around the house, bringing his friends over, doing nothing. My son don't like him. So I guess she realized everything was crazy. So things are getting out of control. He's running the crib, I doubt he's paying bills. It's for sure he's not paying bills or anything. So I guess she goes to Jody playing a victim, crying, this, that, and the third. And I guess he tried to take it. That's what it made it seem. I mean, he wanted it at that time, but I guess she was just done with him because she was giving it up to him this whole time. So, I guess she was just, fed up with him. Like, she wanted him out the crib. I don't know why she didn't call the PO or call the cops or anything, but they probably would have said, "Hey, miss, you signed up for this, You basically agreed with him staying." So I guess, she had to go back to Jody, and then Jody had to come save the day. So, she played the victim, and Jody had to throw the cape on. And, they met up with Snoop Dogg, and, they got rid of him. They killed Snoop Dogg. And look what she caused. You just have to blame her for everything. She the one that started that, that bullshit. But anyway, they get back together, they live happily ever after. I don't think he should have took her back, but I guess, that's his chick. He wanted her back. And at the end, it was I guess they was sitting by the lake. And, she was pregnant. And, everyone's happy. But I thought to myself, I said, that could be Snoop Dogg's baby. Yeah, like, that could be Snoop Dogg. That probably was Snoop Dogg baby. Come to think of it, because Snoop Dogg being in that house for those couple of months, you know, he getting out of jail, especially coming home from jail. He putting a baby in something. No, that's facts though. He putting a baby in something. Doing that hard time and then coming home, like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You think he was just sleeping on the couch the whole time? And it looked like what? That looked like a 1-bedroom type. He wasn't sleeping on the couch. You know, that's just my thing. So, you know, you guys let me know in the comments, man. That's pretty much it, man. You let me know. Do you think Yvette was loyal? Because if you ask me, nah, she wasn't loyal, man. She definitely wasn't loyal, man. It's you know, she was just another female that got tired of her man, and she thought the grass was greener, and it wasn't. And she played the victim, and he threw his cape on, came to save her, which caused a black man to kill another black man, and caused a lot of confusion because you had this guy around her son. You know, but that's it for now, man. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Get those likes up, man. Don't be a stranger. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the other videos. Show love. You know where I'm at, man. I'm out.